manja, manja. Hello, my chosen family. If this is your first time laying eyes on a Carnivore Quest video, welcome. My name is Cassie. My husband Larry and I started our low-carb journey about 8 years ago. Now, we started with the Atkins diet, and then we went into keto, and then ketovore, and then we discovered Dr. Berry, Laura Spath, and the carnivore diet. And here we are today. We're losing weight, we're getting healthy, we're feeling great, and we've managed to maintain our loss for a year. And that is more incredible than the weight loss itself to me. I can't believe I've made it this long. I've never done it before, so that's all carnivore. But anyway, to my family who has returned, welcome back. All right, y'all, I got a treat for you today. This recipe is actually where I got my idea for the piggy poppers. So this is the original, but I'm gonna show you how to make it 3 ways. And with like most recipes, you can omit any ingredient that we have on here. So I'm gonna show you how to make chicky cakes. So here we go, chicky cakes 3 ways. Our very first version is gonna be what I like to call the ultra carnivore. It's so clean. It's a handful of ingredients and it's delicious. The next way is bacon and cheddar. I've got a nice smoked aged white cheddar. And then for our last one, we're gonna do a chicken cordon bleu. The chicken cordon bleu is not exactly your typical recipe. There's no flour in it. I have no Worcestershire sauce in it, but I do have some Dijon mustard. So that is definitely gonna go in there. And in place of ham, we're gonna use bacon for this recipe. All right, before I show you how to make these awesome chicky cakes, I wanna thank the sponsor of this video, Element. One of the things I love about Element is the flavor. I truly enjoy taking my essential electrolytes. In order for my body to run optimally on this low carb, well actually carnivore diet, or any low carb diet for that matter, is electrolytes. Your body needs them. And I get enjoyment. You know, we've been on low carb for about 8 years and we had to take electrolytes. They were plain. I never liked the flavor and I would always forget to take it. Element came around and that was a game changer. I don't get headaches, I don't get fatigue, and I no longer get leg cramps, which is awesome. And another thing I love about Element is it's already pre-measured. It's got 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Since being on carnivore, my diet is clean, and that's another thing I love about Element. There's no sugar, no artificial colors, no fillers, no gluten, no garbage. And of course, as always, Element is offering our viewers a free sample pack with any Element order. That is all 8 flavors, pre-measured, ready to go, easy peasy. You can get yours today using our link below at drinkelement.com/carnivore quest. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors to see which ones you like. So head on down to drinklmnt.com/carnivore quest to get your free sample pack today. And lastly, Element has superior customer service. If for some reason you're not 100% satisfied, keep the product for a full refund, no questions asked. Thanks again, Element, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get to cooking. You guys, like I said before, I'm so excited for this recipe. This is the original, the chicky cake. So I have sparked so many different recipes off of this one. That's the thing I love about it. You can just play around with it. Play around with it. Make it your own. You can make it exactly like I do. You can veer off and put different ingredients in there, different cheeses or no cheese, leave it clean. I love that. So let's get creative, okay? So chicky cakes 3 ways. For a single batch recipe, this is what you'll need. I will put the recipe down in the description so you can read it in black and white, but I'm going to show you step by step how to make this. Now this is really simple. All right, let's get into our ingredients. So we're starting off with some chicken. This is chicken thighs. I made it the same way that I make my chicken soup recipe. Just drain some of the broth. It's nice and shredded, good to go. I have 3 cups here. Now for the ultra clean carnivore, we're gonna use the chicken. I have bacon, eggs, and then we've got pork panko. That is all. And unlike our piggy poppers recipe, there's no lard. If you've noticed that there is no lard, we're gonna bake these. It's just as delicious to bake them or pop them in an air fryer as it was to deep fry. And you have a lot less mess. Now, I learned this along the way with the pork rinds. As you can see, I mean, that's fat. So there's already a lot of fat and it's gonna give it so much flavor. If you don't feel like cooking, you certainly can use canned chicken. I don't recommend it, but Hey, if that's all you can do, that's fine. But if you don't mind a little cheese, little extra ingredients, which is really not much, we're gonna continue. We'll go with bacon and cheddar. I have a beautiful smoked aged white cheddar that's gonna go in with my bacon and cheddar. And then for the Cordon Bleu, we'll also be using bacon. I have Swiss cheese, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, Dijon mustard, and then we're gonna use some black pepper as well. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and start mixing some ingredients. I've got 4 eggs, and I'm gonna use 2 and 2 because I am making separate batches. I'm just gonna have the mixture. This is where things get a little tricky because unlike baking, where baking is kind of an exact science, you know, you need a 1/4 teaspoon of this, 1/2 cup of that, yada, yada, yada. These are guesstimates and every batch is gonna be different. It's not always gonna be the same. So sometimes there's a little more moisture in the chicken, it's a little drier, you might need more egg, more pork rinds. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. So we've got 2 eggs for 3 cups of chicken. And I'm just gonna take some of these pork rinds and just by the handful, because once I start mixing, I'll know the consistency that I want and need. So this is about 1/2 cup. So 3 cups chicken, 1/2 cup. Okay. Let's see how this works out. It's feeling a little wet, so I know I'm definitely gonna have to add some more. I don't want it too wet because it'll fall apart. And I don't want it too dry because it'll fall apart. So you do need to get the consistency right. And you know what, just play around with it because eventually you're gonna get it right. You're gonna know exactly how much of what to put in. You'll do it so many times, you'll be a pro. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bacon. Now I cooked 12 ounces of bacon and I'm gonna use 1/2 for this recipe and 1/2 for the other recipe. So we have 12 ounces of bacon here and I'm going to use 1/2 of it in this batch and 1/2 in this batch. So this is our ultra clean carnivore. This is where you stop adding ingredients. Okay, so ultra clean carnivore, no more ingredients. So we have our assembly line here. All we're gonna do is ball it up. Now you can make it as big or as small as you like. You wanna make them into little balls, that's fine, like the piggy poppers. Or if you wanna make them into these cakes, you could do that too. It's really just a matter of preference. Okay, so we put it in the egg, and we're gonna drop it in the pork rinds. Now, so far I've used 2 bags of pork rinds and I have a feeling I'm gonna have to grind up some more rinds. What are they, about 3-4 ounces each? And the pork rinds only have salt in them and of course the pork skin. That's it. So I'm definitely going to need some more to finish this recipe. All right, we got our ultra clean chicky cakes going on here. Let's go ahead and bump it up a little bit. This one. Now we're just gonna add a little bit of black pepper. Just a little sprinkle of black pepper, okay? All right, so we're just gonna add some cheese. I shred my own cheese. Not only is it a better melt, it's a better flavor, and there's just less in it. So I don't need a lot. I shredded probably about 4 ounces, and as you can see, I used maybe 3 tablespoons, if that. A little goes a long way. It's just an accent. It's not the main star. Okay, so we've got our ultra carnivore. I'm actually gonna twist them this way so we know which is which. All right, this, all we did was add a little bit of cheese and pepper. So that's the difference between the ultra carnivore or ultra clean or however you want to word it and this next batch. So I'm gonna put those guys there. I'm going to have to mark them somehow, but I will figure that out. So we just keep rolling, rinse and repeat, and you're just gonna keep doing that. So after I finish patting these up and grind up some more pork rinds, I'll show you how to make the Cordon Bleu. Okay, and for the third chicky cake, it's the Cordon Bleu. We add some bacon, we add our Swiss cheese, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, pepper, Dijon mustard. We have our bacon. Now you can use ham if you like. You can use turkey bacon. It's really a matter of preference. I just wanted this to be a little bit on the cleaner side, so I opted for bacon. I've got my Swiss cheese. Again, I'm gonna use about 2-3 ounces of that. Now, the Parmesan cheese is just going to add a little extra punch. You don't need a lot of it because this is a pungent cheese and a little goes a long way. So maybe a tablespoon. Again, more or less to preference. Pepper here, just a couple of pinchfuls. Okay, and then I'm just going to take approximately a tablespoon. I'm already messy. Of our Dijon mustard. So let's just mix that in together. Boy, oh boy, that is wet. So that's what I'm talking about. I am not crazy about how that is. So what I'm going to do is add a few more pork rinds because I don't want it to fall apart. It's just too loose. So grab another handful, you know, and you just got to play with that. You don't want it falling apart. The taste will still be amazing. It'll just be a little sloppier to eat. And that's okay if you don't mind, but you know, a lot of it is about texture too. So, okay. All right, that's a little better. So we're just gonna patty this up and we're gonna pop them in the oven. All right, so chicky cakes are pattied up, ready to go. My oven is preheated to 450 degrees. Yes, I want a high temperature because I'm just gonna heat it. I'm not looking to bake it. I'm just popping it in the oven to get it hot and crisp up the outside. So let's pop these bad boys in the oven and I'll see you in a few minutes. But first, I have to clean my mess. Ah! Just take them off, put them on the plate so it catches some of that grease. Let it sit for a few minutes and we can enjoy it. All right, the apron is off. It's time to enjoy. I am absolutely starving. This is my first meal of the day. And I did save up because I knew that I was gonna be taste testing along the way and whatnot. But as far as like meals, this is it. So I did separate them. So this is our ultra carnivore, just chicken, bacon, egg, panko. This one is bacon and cheddar. And then this one is the Cordon bleu. And I did make a sauce. So all it is a little bit of sour cream, some Dijon, and I topped it with a little bit of bacon. Again, use it. You don't have to. It's a matter of preference. I'm gonna have some. So I'm gonna start with the ultra carnivore, the cleanest of the trio. That's a nice crunch. There we go. Okay. That broke apart real nice. So, all right, let's try. Well, let me try it before I put any sauce on it because, you know, you need a base. That's really good. It has a nice crunchy exterior. I love the texture. Let me just show you this because I was chewing it and I was just trying to figure it out, but look at that. Man, that pulls apart so nicely. I mean, you can make these into nuggets for those of you who have kids or you entertain your grandkids or your grandkids live with you, whatever. You got little ones. This will definitely, this will take care of it. Okay, that makes a big difference. Wow, that's really good. I'm not even using a fork anymore. We're just gonna go caveman. That's cool. Okay, next, bacon and cheddar. Again, it holds up really nice. I love this crust. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that color. Texture. All right, so now we got a little cheese in here and black pepper. I'll just make them breakable chicken nuggets. Oh yeah, that's absolutely delicious. All right, on to the Cordon bleu. I love Swiss cheese and I love mustard. I love mustard. If you didn't get that from my piggy poppers, you saw that there was mustard in there too. I love mustard. Chicken Cordon bleu without the guilt. So we're gonna try a bite without the sauce. But I know that sauce is gonna be really good. Oh. That Swiss cheese and that little bit of mustard just elevated it. Knocked it out of the park, man. This is really, really good. These are delicious. I am pleased with how all three of them turned out, and I think you will too. I think you're going to appreciate less mess of the frying, just as I thought. There's enough fat in there from the pork rinds that's going to fry it up in the oven at that high temp. These were in for about 17 minutes. Now you can leave them in for a little while longer if you like. It all depends on how dark you want this coating to be and how crispy. I'm so happy with how these turned out, and I know you will be too. If you decide to try it, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. If you changed anything, what you did differently. Yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. And hey, if you're on Instagram, you can check us out. We're over there at carnivore.quest. We throw some interesting stuff up there too. And if you're one of the 60% of regular viewers who aren't subscribed to our channel, now's a great time to do so. And remember, no sugar, no carbs, no cheating. And I love y'all.